Hey everyone, Rarity Dash here, and for once we don't have a reaction video. Yeah, this is going to just be me giving my thoughts in regards to the Holive EN Council and the debuts that happened yesterday, which were supposed to happen Saturday, but yeah, something happened to postpone them. We still don't really know what, but for whatever reason they were a day late, which was a bit inconvenient because I did wake up on Saturday ready to watch the debuts because they didn't announce the postponement until like just a few hours before. So yeah, I didn't know when I woke up, and I was even at the time that they were supposed to happen at 12. I was there waiting for Sana for her stream to show up, and I kept refreshing YouTube, and eventually I went on Twitter and stuff and saw that yeah, wasn't gonna happen. It had been postponed, so yeah, had to wait there. And it ended up kind of wrecking my sleep schedule because I went to bed like super early because I had woken up early and I hadn't gotten much sleep the night before. So I fell asleep at like 9 p.m., which is crazy for me, and I woke up at like 2, and then at that point I knew, I think it had been announced that the debuts were happening the next day, so I knew I had to be ready for that, and at that point I knew I probably wasn't going to be able to sleep again until the next night. Which was great, and that's how it ended up happening. I recorded videos after that, and I think I watched a couple streams, and then the debuts happened, and yeah, I watched all of them. And if it happened Saturday, as I said during the reaction to the council PV, I was probably going to do a stream to talk about my thoughts, but because it happened on Sunday, I wasn't able to do that, which kind of sucks because, I mean, it would have been good to stream for the first time in forever, but yeah, not how it worked out. But here we are now. It happened, and I'm glad that it happened, because for a while I wasn't sure when it was going to happen. For like all of Saturday I was left to just wonder. But the next day, and we're here, and it was really cool. Yeah, enough going on about my day there. Let's talk about the actual content. How were the council debuts? Yeah, they were all pretty impressive. I like all 5 of them right off the bat. I will say that the council debuts kind of made me admire the Hollow Myth debuts even more. I mean, like, there was nothing really wrong with the council debuts, but they really just showed how above and beyond so much of Myth went. Like Callie having a song completely ready to go, and that song just being as good as it was. I mean, R.I.P. still, I think, the most viewed Hololive original out there. So, yeah, she had that at debut. And Ame having her whole Watson concoction thing ready to go, just making that big impression. And, I mean, for Gura, she didn't even have to really be prepared in the same sense. She just had to go out there and immediately win people over with her personality, and then just floor them with her singing talent. And I don't know if these girls were able to do that as much. I mean, all of them are good singers, from what we could tell, I think, during the debuts. But none of them are quite on the Gura or Iris level, I would say. So, yeah, there wasn't really a moment where I was floored by their ability. I mean, I really like Crony's voice. I think she sounds great. I think Holive English needed a voice like that, with like the deeper range. I mean, Callie goes deep too, but I mean, I don't know. Coroni's voice has a different quality to it. I think it's very different from Callie, yeah, the others, I think. Bae kind of impressed with switching it up during her Fua Fua time. She kind of did both the Mio and Yui voices, kind of went into the character voices, because she apparently has a interest in voice acting, so I think that's kind of what she was showing off there, in addition to her singing talent. And yeah, the others were pretty good too. I mean, Mume didn't sing live. She just showed her unfinished song. But she sounded pretty good, and it's cool how she's going to Callie for her lyrics, for her English lyrics at least. That really shows just how valuable Callie is. And it's not the first time. I mean, they had Callie sort of write the song for the Hall alternative thing. I mean, they fixed it up with the Japanese parts, but they're relying on her not just as a talent for like performing, but as a songwriting talent. And I wonder if that's going to continue as things go along. But Mume's song sounds really good. I want to see the full version. Hopefully we don't have to wait too long on that. But Mume, Bae, who else? Oh, Saris, I mean, or Fauna, I guess. I still kind of prefer Saris as a name, but we'll call her Fauna because that is the proper thing to call her. She has such a pleasant voice that, of course, even though she's not maybe the most trained singer, she's still going to sound pretty good performing, just because her voice is so good to listen to. She really stands out in that way. And Sana, what did she even sing? I forget. Oh yeah, she sung like half a song. She didn't know the full thing. So, what was that? I think? And it was okay. I don't really know if I remember it very well, so that's probably a sign. But, yeah. In terms of music, not quite as impressive overall as Myth was. I mean, of course, Myth also has Ame, who from the start. I mean, even though Ame isn't the best singer, on debut she kind of still impressed with the silly. She made it fun. She did the silly pudding song, and that was kind of, I think, the best approach for her. And yeah, the other four, I mean, Ina even is a pretty good singer, I would say. Violet, that song's great. And Kiara. Kiara, as she goes along, I mean, more and more I realize that she's basically a human Vocaloid, just the sounds that she makes. And it's interesting. But, yeah, they all have a lot of potential. I'm eager to hear music from all of them. But to talk about other things, in terms of personality, I would say we all have winners here. They're all really likable and interesting. To start from the beginning, Sana, I was immediately impressed. Her weird edited video was kind of a trip. And it seems to fit her personality very well. She's very bubbly and kind of offbeat. And I like her use of her lore, her being as big as like a galaxy or whatever. It's kind of fun. And the whole size limiter on her head. it's a cute idea, and she's really running with it, and it makes for a pretty fun sort of character. And I love the way her model looks in motion. I gotta say, just how it's animated. Her design's great, by the way. I really, really love Sana's design. It's one of my favorites. And she has that accent. I'm not quite sure. I think it's like, is it Australian or New Zealand? I can't quite tell. Those always sound a little bit similar to me. And for good reason, probably. I mean, they're very close to each other. Yeah, very cute accent, and she seems just really overall likable. I'm not really into astrology, so I'm kind of a bit wondering how I'm going to enjoy those streams, but I am going to watch them. I'm going to give them a shot. Maybe I'll learn something about astrology and get into it, but I kind of doubt it. Yeah, she seems like she'll be interesting to watch. I mean, I'm down for the Kuso game streams. That's always kind of interesting. And, yeah, I don't really know if we have too much in common as far as, like... Well, I mean, she's a big anime fan, so there's probably some overlap there. Yeah, nothing really stood out in terms of, like, her likes or hobbies or anything. I'm kind of scrolling. I guess I can show that on screen so you guys can know what I'm looking at. I'm scrolling back through the debut to kind of find things to talk about. But, no, it's not. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, her rigging was really good. Look at that. Jupiter, huh? But, yeah, her mascot character being this literal god who can collapse a galaxy is kind of crazy. Like, compare that to the myth mascots, and you got the little weird shark that serves as background, or serves as a extra potential food source, emergency rations, as Gura put it, and stuff like that. Now you got this literal god in a weird thing. Yeah, that's kind of interesting. Also, interesting logo there. Kind of made me realize what her name is. A playoff of, kind of. But yeah, the space theme is fun, and yeah, she seems like a winner. Definitely will be watching her. Moving on, we then had Fauna, who, just gonna say it, she was my favorite. The voice is just such a immediate draw. She sounds just so appealing. Like, I mean, I don't know. That voice is pretty just like, this is the one that might get me like really into ASMR, especially since that's one of the things that she apparently specializes at, is ASMR, and I can see why. Just that voice is made for it, and I can just really see myself like being there for that with her. I really like her voice, and the way she just carries herself is very appealing, very attractive, and the model helps. I mean, she's beautiful. The design is incredible, and I mean, I think I said even in the council video immediately that it was my favorite, and that holds. I mean, it's just a really, really good design. She is incredible to look at, and I mean, I guess that's all she really needs, but Waiting for this to go to the next slide. Doesn't she have, like, stuff about games and her cats? Games and anime, yeah. Yeah, on the game side, not really much. On the anime side, good to see another Madoka fan in Holive English. There seem to be a lot of them, which is good. My favorite anime, and I mean the rest of these are pretty good too. I mean the ones I've seen, at least. I haven't seen Mob Psycho or Hunter x Hunter, but the others I like. Yeah, she. I feel like I'm gonna vibe with her pretty well. And her goals, they seem community day sounds interesting. Like, is she gonna do like Hachima type streams where she brings the community into it, or was this community gaming? I think she said like gaming, like stuff like Gartic Phone, if I recall. But maybe she'll do like some Hachima Sunday style streams. That'd be nice too, to bring in the community. And yeah, ASMR, games, art. Sounds like good stuff. Sounds like a good mix. And yeah, wants to do an original song. That's always good. And off collabs, I'd love to see that. Especially for Hololive English. I wonder if she lives near anyone. I mean, we don't really know where specifically a lot of them live. I mean, I think all of the council girls, other than Sana, obviously, and maybe Bae, all of them seem pretty American in terms of like the way they speak. They so maybe they're Canadian. I mean, there's not really much of a difference in terms of like accent or anything, so you would never know. But yeah, that might make off collabs a little bit more possible, depending on like if they're anywhere near like the other girls that we don't really know. I think like, I mean, you would just be making guesses unless you like know the forbidden info or whatever. But yeah, hopefully it's more possible now with more of them, because that'd be really cool. And she wants to do speedruns, which is also interesting. I don't know how that will be like, I mean, speedruns are interesting to watch when they're when they have them down and they're actually like breaking records and stuff, but like actually getting to that point sounds like, it just seems like it would be kind of a little bit boring. I don't know. Because they're just watching the same thing over and over again. But yeah, Fauna just really won me over. I really liked everything she did, including the yandere part at the end. That was kind of interesting. Apparently that's also a side of her. I could be into it. Moving on though, we had Crony, who was again really yeah, she really left a good impression. I really love her design now that I look at it more. Now that I look at it in motion specifically. I mean, she pointed it out herself, but she does kind of have a saber face owing to her to her papa. Or was it? I think it was papa. I forget. Could have been mama, but her artist. Yeah, it is kind of a saber face, and that's of course gonna be a draw for me. And the design is really good. I like how it looks in motion. I like that face. That face is adorable. Like, I know I said during the council PV that it wasn't immediate for me, but I mean a lot of that probably just had to do with her expression. She just had such a stern and blank look on her face, but actually seeing it with life behind it, yeah, it's a really cute design. Really nice. Her likes, her anime. Again, we got Madoka, which definitely approve. I mean, all these Halloween girls, at least a lot of them, seem to be fairly on the same page with some of these things, like Death Note and stuff like that. Madoka. But love to see it. Under games, this first one that really caught my attention. She's a Fire Emblem fan. That's big for me. It's probably my favorite game series, so good to see. I mean, other than like maybe Persona, those two are at the top of my list. And yeah, her being into Fire Emblem immediately just makes me resonate with her a bit more. And her dislikes are interesting. I mean, I can kind of relate. Not sure I'm the biggest fan of rage-inducing games. Like, I mean, I played through a lot of Dark Souls 3, but I gave up on Dark Souls 1 like really quickly when I tried that. So, I don't know. And I know that's probably not exactly what she means. She probably means more stuff like getting over it. But, yeah. And I really don't like working under pressure. Or vegetables, so, definitely relatable. I do procrastinate a lot, though. But just because you dislike it doesn't mean you do it, right? So, because, I mean, that's where she was with sleeping. I mean, you kind of have to do it, but... yeah. And, her design. Really beautiful. And I'm not sure there's too much else to say about Crony. She was very interesting. Or actually, let's go back to the one other thing, because I said during the council PV about her name, I wasn't sure about it, because, I mean, crony is something, it's like a lackey, being a crony, so it's not necessarily a good, just the sound of it in English doesn't really have a good connotation, but she's kind of wrong with that and making that her fan name, or, well, with a K, but still. So I kind of like that. That's kind of a fun play to make there. So, yeah, we're not kind of ignoring that. We're just sort of capitalizing on it and making that her fan name. So, yeah, I approve. But, yeah, Crony's just overall really cool. I like her. I like her singing. I like her attitude. I like her speaking voice. She just seems, she seems like she'll be a good one to watch, and definitely one that I will enjoy. Then we had Mume, who was really cute, really funny, really likable. Her bag. Who was apparently just called her friend, doesn't even have a name. Which I suppose is true of her as well, as one of you in the comments pointed out. Her name... and as she herself pointed out, her name could be just taken to be nameless. No name, no name. So that's kind of fun. And, sorry. Don't need to play the audio. I don't know if that'll... I mean, I have speakers, so yeah, you will hear it. I don't even have headphones plugged in, though, so... it won't be coming through as a separate audio source if I play anything. Yeah, she was... That's just going into her lore, which we kind of already read in another video. I like... I mean, vegetable broth is kind of weird to name as one of your overall, like favorite things ever. But, yeah, the rest of this, I mean, I could kind of understand it. Mosquitoes do suck, and so do printers. Mud. The whole running joke with the forgetting things was pretty fun. Like, where the only thing that she seemed to forget was that she told us that she forgets things. At least until the collab. Then she forgot big things. And her anime, Evangelion. And Man in Abyss, Steins Gate, Gurren Lagann. A lot of good stuff there. Yeah. Games. Her music taste seemed really cool. Into folk music. She mentioned Neil Young and pop punk. Not really my scene exactly, but I do respect a lot of it. I mean, I like Green Day. I like some of those bands. Pop punk can be good. Some of it is kind of not good, but yeah, I'm intrigued by her music tastes. And her games, nothing I'm really personally very interested in, but it's stuff that I could maybe enjoy watching. I mean, that's often the case with like what Gura plays. She plays a lot of games that I don't think I would play, but I like watching her play them. So I could see Mume being pretty similar in that regard. Yeah. This was fun. Her quotes about the different... her random facts about... or somewhat related to the other members of Hololive. We got the Gura, the Kiara, the Sana, the Bay. I think this is supposed to be Callie. Like... Yeah, because this one's obviously Crony, this one's Ina, this is Ame. I love how the gremlin thing is just something we run with now. And then Fauna and Iris. That was kind of fun. And her goals. Collab with Senpais, I mean, that's going to be good. Though the Japanese is probably pretty important for that, so gotta do both those. Apparently she plays guitar, which is cool. Yeah, she seems like she'll be interesting. Very cute model. I like her design. I mean, her costume is really intricate, a lot of fun details. And then when she took the coat off, it gave us sort of a better perspective of of things. I would say, always a fun feature. Though I do say the design, I think the cape or whatever it is, the shawl, what would you call it? It has a hood, right? Yeah, so I guess it's like a cloak. I think it really, really kind of brings the design together. So even though we got a better view of things without it, I think she looks better with it on. It just the color, I really think it complements her well. This could be interesting. Her history streams and her museum streams. I'm not really sure how that's going to work, but I mean, it could be like the streams Ame's doing with like the nature reviews. Yeah, I'll be curious to see what she does with that. She seems like she's gonna bring the creative streams and have an interesting variety to her. So yeah, I really anticipate that. Yeah, I guess that sums it up for her. Moving on, we have our final debut, which was Bay here. Which I guess, yes, I am fully down to use her nickname. But, just because Bales is really awkward to say. I don't like that name. And I get it, the whole Beelzebub connection, but it's easier to just call her Bay. And Yeah, her design is really good, and just the motion is beautiful. I mean, she has the same rigor as Callie, and I think it kind of shows. And her model is really glossy and well detailed. And yeah, she is interesting in terms of her voice. I still can't really determine what her accent is. I have no idea. It doesn't sound like anything I've ever heard before. It's just very indeterminate. Like, I don't know. I don't think it's like Australian, like a lot of people say. I think a lot of people are just memeing on that because she hangs herself upside down a lot. So a lot of people say, oh, she's Australian because she's upside down. And then a lot of people who can't determine what her accent is are just sort of running with that. But it doesn't sound Australian to me. I mean, she doesn't sound like Sana, who might be New Zealand, so I don't know. But she doesn't sound like either of those. But I like how she did this whole quiz thing to kind of give her information that's very different. So I think it also confused people, especially when she got to ones like this, where she listed all these languages. So people assumed that she spoke all of these languages, even though she was only going to actually select some of them. And this didn't really give us a hint either. I mean, because if she spoke a different language, like if she spoke Spanish, I would assume that she was Hispanic, or something like that. But she didn't highlight like another language that kind of, because her voice, if anything, kind of sounds like someone with an ethnic accent speaking English, but she doesn't speak like anything that would give that away. I mean, she speaks Japanese and Korean, but it's pretty clear she's learning those. I think that's what she said, at least. Like English, I think, is her first language, which makes her accent just all the more weird. Yeah, it's just this weird mystery. Like, I don't know where she's from. I don't know where she came from. And I mean, she also, it really doesn't sound like a Korean accent. I mean, Ina kind of has that Korean accent to an extent. But yeah. And I don't think she's Japanese either. I mean, maybe. That's maybe the one where it could be the case. Like, she could be. But I think she would. I don't know. It's hard to say. I mean, a lot of people took the fried cheese as a hint because apparently it's a big Korean thing. So maybe she is Korean, but she really doesn't sound like it. And her anime taste, she made it clear through this weird duo thing, which I don't think these are actually ships. I saw a lot of that in the comments on the video live or on the stream live. That she was shipping these people. I don't think she's shipping Tanya and X or Ed and Al, because I mean that'd be kind of weird in both cases for different reasons. I think these are just duos that she's a fan of, and it's left at that. But I was really pleased to see she listed Nichijou and Lucky Star. Yeah, gotta love someone paying respect to the slice of life anime, because I mean that is my favorite genre of anime, and these are two of the best examples of it. So her liking Nichijou and Lucky Star, that's pretty big for me. I really really glad to see it. So I don't think anyone else in Holive EN has been like naming slice of life anime like that. I mean, some of them name other ones, but and it seems like they all know K-On! Because they all sing Fuwa Time and stuff like that. But yeah, in terms of listing it as a favorite, don't really see stuff like Lucky Star. And her games, she likes RPGs, which is good to see. Yeah, RPGs, Nintendo games. That could lead to good places. Yeah. Her music tastes. I mean, yeah, just the only place we'd overlap is really the Anna songs, I guess. But that's fine. And yeah, she's a big Hololive fan. She ended up just checking everything. So that's cute. It's always fun when they're actually also a fan already of everything Hololive. Just kind of adds to things. And her design, I mean, the outfit doesn't really, I mean, it kind of, you can see how loose it kind of is there. Yeah, this is definitely the all boing generation Holo Council. And her goals, some interesting ones: attend a live voice actor event. That might happen. But she probably attended as a panelist, because I think she could be on a panel of a voice actor as a Hololive member. There's probably some overlap there. And this is interesting. I wonder if this will go anywhere. I think she mentioned wanting to do like a English version of Hologra. So hopefully she gets the ball rolling on that. That could be really cool. I mean, I'd love to see the EN girls also in Hologra, just kind of combine them, because it's always fun to see them interact with the JP girls, but maybe it'd be better to have their own thing and their own anime in English. That could, I think, work out pretty well. The coffee drink, I don't know if that's going to happen, but that'd be interesting too. But yeah, Bae, she seems really fun, really likable, silly. I think I'm going to enjoy watching her. Her singing was good. She sang the K-On! Song. And, yeah, she seems pretty cool. And then she went on and hosted the oh no, this is the stream. I haven't watched yet. That's not what I want. I gotta watch that later. I forgot she had already done another stream. Yeah, she did the council meeting, which was a pretty fun collab. I mean, it's still a little bit stiff. There's still a little bit of awkwardness between the five of them. But, I mean, that was the case with Myth as well. And even with that, it was still a fun time, them kind of going through the PVs again and just sort of riffing on them. It was it was amusing. And kind of showed a lot of potential for this group, I would say. Oh, and then there was this, Omega. Apparently, this is like their director. Apparently going to have a similar role to A-chan. So that's interesting. I mean, it even says END, so I guess that's director. Yeah, kind of amusing how, like in A-chan's case, she just ended up with a design, but here we have a fully rendered, quite nice design done by an artist for this character who is only going to be a director. So that's rather interesting and makes me curious what exactly they're going to do with Omega. Yeah. Oh, and the other announcement was that they immediately had merch on debut, which is kind of crazy. Myth didn't have that, and I kind of want it. And I was also kind of floored to learn that it was by Sana, that Sana did the art, because it's really incredible, really beautiful art. And Sana really kind of sold herself short on her art skills in her debut, if that's the case. Like, she didn't make it clear at all that she was this good an artist. So I was kind of floored when that was revealed here. Like, that's crazy good. I kind of want that on my wall. So, yeah, just very impressive and very cool. And I'm looking forward to watching all of them. They seem to have some pretty interesting stuff lined up for the week. Like, actually, let's look at their schedules. That'll be on Twitter. I watched Ame play There Is No Game, and that was pretty fun. So that'll be good for her, I think. A rat simulator seems like... I don't know how that's good. That seems like a silly game to exist, but is perfect for her, so I'm all for it. Don't know what this is, but I'm guessing it's a Japanese-only stream. But yeah, that... is there another? Okay, there's Ceres. Fauna. Gotta call her Fauna. A lot of good stuff there. For Fauna, we have nothing to get too excited about, I would say. I mean, Spore might be interesting. I know about that game. I never actually played it, never really looked at it too deeply, but I know what kind of game it is, and that could be interesting with her. I could see, like, and Don't Starve Together. I watched Myth play that, so that could be good with Mume. I love the early collabs. And it seems on theme for both of them, nature and civilization. Let's see. Is there another one I can click to? There's Sana. Okay. Sana has her holoscopes. I'll give that a look. I might watch her Celeste stream. I watched Ame play that for a while, though eventually I just kind of stopped watching them. But I watched the first couple. It looks okay. I'm not usually very into the rhythm games, but maybe I'll give that a look. I'll probably have to skip this, those watch-alongs. I only really go to those when I really like the movie, and I've never seen Interstellar. So, yeah. Doesn't really have a draw to me. And Soma, I watched Gura play that, but it wasn't really my thing. I mean, like some of the horror games she plays, but that one, I couldn't really get into it. And Crony, she's currently streaming, I think. Yeah. What is she? I didn't even see her schedule. She's doing 12 minutes, which seems on theme for her. I don't really know anything about that, but maybe I'll give it a look. Super Hot. Isn't that the VR game? Yeah, I think I remember watching, like, Kizuna I play that back in the day. That's like, okay. Never heard of Frostpunk. Oh, she's doing Hollow Knight. Wow, yes, please. That's amazing. I love watching Hollows play Hollow Knight. Yeah, it's still probably my favorite stream series for Ina of all time. And I still just anticipate the day when Callie maybe eventually returns to it. And I love watching Fubuki and just, yeah. Playing Hollow Knight right out the gate. That's exciting. Okay, that's something to really look forward to. Did I see all of them? I don't know. I don't think I got Mume. They're kind of a lighter schedule than others. Journey, Never been able to really get into a Journey stream. They all seem to do it, but the game seems kind of boring to me. Don't Starve Together, yeah, we'll be watching that. That's the collab. Construction Simulator. I'll give it a shot. I do want to watch some Mume, and doesn't seem to be a whole lot going on for her, so we'll take what we can get. Was that all of them? I think it was. Yeah. Okay, yeah. That's all 5. So yeah, it looks like we got some good stuff coming, and of course we still got Myth to watch and everything else, and it looks like Hachim will put out some interesting streams today, so I'll be giving those a look. But yeah, Council, really exciting news for Hololive, and something that yeah, I think they're going to add a lot to Hololive overall, and that they're going to be a fun group to watch and enjoy. And I'm really looking forward to getting to know all of them better and watching lots of streams from all 5. Anyway, that's all we really got to go into. That's all we really got to go into today. I hope you enjoyed this just discussion video, not really even streaming anything or showing anything on. Well, I guess really blowing this outro. Damn it. I just woke up. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this discussion video. A bit different from what I usually do. Not really reacting to anything, but it's been fun just kind of talking about what happened yesterday with all these exciting debuts. And yeah, hopefully a lot of you guys enjoyed as well. Anyway, yeah, all I gotta say. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know if you did, and see you in the next one.